Good morning, YouTube. This is our last full day here. We leave tomorrow morning. Getting my fire going. Getting ready to cook off some sausages for breakfast this morning. Jen's gonna make some pancakes. So yeah, good way to start the day today. As far as anything that we've got planned, about the only thing that we really haven't done has been the Wegmann Cabin and a fire tower. Wegmann's not difficult. It's just down the street. It's fairly close to the swimming beach, actually. Fire tower, that's a different story. You gotta drive all the way around the lake, over by the bison killing field. And I don't know if I want to do that drive again. We did it last night to see if we can see any deer, which we didn't. And then we drove it to actually get to the giant white pine, the giant red pine, the buffalo killing field. All that stuff was on that wilderness drive, and it's a one-way street. You have to go around. It'd be different if I could go down this way and circle around that way, but can't do it that way. Alright, well, I gotta tend to my fire and get my sausages going. Okay, I got my sausage patties done. Jen's working on the pancakes over here on the electric hot plate. And she was trying to brew a pot of coffee at the same time, so we blew a fuse.
Well, it's because there were 2 lights and like 5 things plugged in the camper.
Oh, so we had a lot of things still on. But we've actually been having problems. We're not actually blowing fuses, we're tripping the breaker. So that way at least we're not replacing fuses all the time.
That's how thick they were the first time.
I don't remember them being that thick the first time.
They were.
Not to mention, didn't you say that, oh no, the pancakes might be a little thin today?
I did.
Alright, I'm getting hungry. It's getting time to eat. Silverware. We bought everything but the steak knives, the serrated knives. At the we bought it all at like the dollar store or Salvation Army or something.
It's a dollar store.
Was it a dollar store? For $1 a set. So nice and cheap. We got the plates. And we got the plates there too, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we got the plates at the dollar store as well. I think they were like 4 for $1.
No, I think the plates were $1 a piece. The bowls were 4 for $1.
Oh, gee. Okay. So the plates were $1 a piece, but then the little blue bowls, the bigger ones. Okay. I had my breakfast in those, my cereal and stuff. I think I had my tortellini in it last night.
You did.
And so those bowls were 4 for $1, and they're flimsy, soft plastic. But hey, it does the job. I only have 2 pancakes, but I have a mountain of pancakes.
Sugar's already in there.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
See? I'm good to you.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's good to me. Okay, let's see, a little syrup. Go on that one. A little on that one. Jen said she's not too hungry, so I'm taking 3 sausage patties this morning.
I like have only 1 pancake.
Okay, so today we're going to go to the Wegmann Cabin. That is the strong probability of what we're doing. we might go to the fire tower. I don't know if I want to go or not. And then it's just kind of picking up, packing up, getting everything ready to hit the road tomorrow. It's going to be a long journey home, and we need to get this thing broken down as quickly as possible and be on the road as quickly as possible. Breakfast tomorrow will probably be whatever's left of cereal. I don't even know if we have that much milk. So we may end up having to get breakfast on the road. Maybe go back down to the Douglas Lodge or something like that just to get breakfast. I don't know. We'll have to play that part by ear. Okay, I'm just waiting for Jen to grab her stuff. She ducked into the camper. She wanted to take her socks and shoes along in case she wanted something a little more comfortable to walk in than just sandals. But we're going to go to the Wegmann Cabin, which is just down the street a bit. And I guess right now the plan is to go to the fire tower. We'll park just off of Wilderness Drive. It'll be maybe half-mile walk. Maybe. We'll see. And yes, we have bug spray. Yay, she's here, everybody! Yeah, she didn't want to wake up this morning. She didn't eat much for breakfast this morning.
I picked out on cookies overnight.
Yeah, she said she woke up in the middle of the night and had like 10 Fig Newton cookies.
I was hungry.
I was going to have the shits later.
I mean, I already do. I've already pooped twice today.
Oh, goody. That one's going in the video.
Great.
All right. Let's go see who the hell Wegmann is. Okay, well, we arrived at Wegmann Cabin. As you can see by the sign right there, it says Wegmann Cabin. Let's go up the trail up here and we'll take a look at it. Okay, so this, the Wegmann Cabin actually isn't a cabin. It's a store. At least this building is. And it's a replica. It's not the actual one. But this was actually made by hand by a local carpenter guy. Took measurements of each piece of lumber and cut it down to the size of the original. So this is basically an exact replica of the original store. But still have no idea what this pen is for. There's information down there, I'm sure it will tell me. There's also a pile of logs down here, so we'll go check that out too. Okay, so I think we figured out what this fenced area was. I thought that when we came up, that this was the cabin and maybe this was for a pen for livestock. But actually, if you look in here, you can see old wood members and stuff like that. And if you walk around, you'll see more. This was actually the location of the cabin. That's the cabin, or the store.
This was the store.
Yeah, I keep on saying cabin because that's what they listed as, is like Wegmann's Cabin. So inside this fenced area is the actual store that replicates. So that's kind of cool. They said that when they came out here and built this, it was basically the only place that people could really go to buy supplies, food, material needs, if they needed a new saw, grain, even if travelers were going through and they needed a place to stay, they said that this was the place to go. This was the, the number one stop, if you're traveling through. Even if it was a meal for the day, you'd come in and they would cook a meal for you. That's hospitality. You don't get that kind of stuff nowadays. Let's see what else is down here. I want to see what this big pile of logs are down here. Okay, so this is a lumber hauling sled. So no wheels, just the runners. Now, of course, it's not fully original, but all the iron pieces on the sled are. All the woods have been reconstructed, so the runners of the sleigh and the body frames, that's all been reconstructed. But the irons that hold them together, that's all original stuff. That's amazing. So that Wegmann cabin was kind of cool, although it's listed as a cabin on the road. It's listed as Wegmann's store on the map, and it is technically a store, but I think more than likely he probably lived there as well. See, that sled was kind of cool too. I mean, just the size of it is just kind of amazing, really. You know, you think about it, that, you know, it was horse-drawn, you know, not a tractor. You know, you don't have some big semi-trailer or truck, you know, pulling it or anything like that. You know, it had to be done by just a couple of horses. So yeah, that's pretty amazing. One of the plaques that we were reading about that sled actually told a really interesting story, but I'll let you guys go to the park and look at the Wegmann Cabin and read the story yourself so you can know what we're talking about. In other words, get out there, explore the world.
Visit Itasca! Visit Itasca!
Okay, so we've got a slight detour on our way to the fire tower. And there's a character in the story on how the head of the Mississippi was discovered and everything like that. And they had a Native American chieftain that helped them, you know, help guide them through the area. And his name is Ozawindib. I can never say it. What is it?
Ozawindib.
Ozawindib. And as we were going around the wilderness loop, there's a driveway, or not a driveway, but a drive that goes down to his cabin. And being that he's such a big part of, you know, the white Americans finding the headwaters to the Mississippi, that, you know, we should go and honor his tribute to contribution, not tribute. Okay, so we are at Ozawindib Lake. The cabin that we were going to, it's a cabin that you can rent. It's just named for him. It's not actually his cabin. And Jen, of course, wants to walk in the water.
Well, she said the fishes will come towards you.
But we'll have to get out, so otherwise they'll scare them. But they all just
Yeah, you can see fish down in the water. Nice little bluegill right there. Another one over there.
Want to come film this, or?
I am. I am filming it. I don't know if I can pick up the fish in the water.
That's kind of what I was going for. You want to come down here?
No, that's all right.
Dude, it's just amazing.
Wow.
You moved your hand.
My arm. My shadow.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, we are. Where the hell are you? She keeps hiding behind me.
Hi. proper bunny ears. I'm too short.
Okay, so we've reached Tower Road, which is, it's got the parking area to go to the fire tower. And shouldn't be too much of a walk, maybe quarter to half a mile.
Half a mile according to the sign.
Half a mile according to that sign there.
2 small lakes along the trail. The walk uphill and the tower climb is somewhat strenuous, so take your time.
The tower is 100 feet up. So yeah, I don't want to kill myself walking the trail just to get to the tower and then be too winded and exhausted to go up the tower. And hopefully we'll have a nice view from up there. The topographical of the landscape isn't too extreme. I mean, there's rolling hills, but no mountainous peaks or anything. So I think we should be able to get a good view, and it's a crystal clear blue sky today, so should be a really nice view. So we've been walking the trail to the tower, and we stopped off at, which lake was that? Casey Lake. And there's been a family, Asian descent family, kind of walking behind us, and we stopped and we're taking pictures and talking about the lake. And so anyway, we're kind of talking with the family. You know, he was asking us what we've done, but as I'm leaving, they got an older gentleman with them. I'm assuming it's like Grandpa. And I asked him where they're from, and he's like, you know, basically I think he's saying he doesn't speak English. So I hollered down to, I'm assuming it would be his son or son-in-law, and I asked him, I was just asking him where he's from. And he goes, oh, China. He goes, well, wait a minute. I go, I've been studying a little bit of Mandarin. So I looked at this older man, and I say, Zhao Shang Hao. And he kind of was like startled. And
I think your accent was terrible and he didn't understand it at first.
Yeah, I don't know if I got it exactly right. Because then the son said, oh, that means good morning. I go, yeah. So, but then the lady, I don't know if it was the mom or her grandma, she was giving me a thumbs up. I go, was that good? She goes, yeah, that was good. So, I mean, they could be using a different form of Cantonese to my Mandarin, so. Whew. Steep little hill here. I'm starting to get winded. All right, let me concentrate on my walking here. Okay, the tower is in front of us, but we're still going uphill. But we're getting there. Don't rush us. Okay, so the tower is 100 feet tall. It is 1,675 feet above sea level at the ground base. And the tower only holds 6 people at a time. So we need to wait our turn. I think there's like 15 flights and we've already done 3. Jen says she's got... Yeah, Jen's got the momentum. Keep moving. We're at the canopy level.
Next Next time we might have to stop by and start to burn.
Okay, we'll take a break here. Breeze. At least there's a breeze here. Not much, but it's a breeze. Well, I made it.
Yeah.
It's a lot cooler up here than it is down that house down below.
And this is definitely no bigger than that little house down there.
Yeah, it's the same size. We even got the same pictures up here.
Oh, we
All
can
right.
bring a marker though. Ah.
You got keys? Scratch it
Actually,
somewhere.
I do, but
We'll be up here all day.
All right.
this
As much as I'd love to stay up here and
22 or 12.
keep looking at it,
Anniversary. Not a 12 though.
I don't like the way the this tower is shaking. So.
It's settling down since you told them people they
yeah,
were.
let's get out of the way.
Okay, on our way to the tower, we stopped at Casey Lake. Right across the path is Allen Lake, but kind of the same thing that we do when we're shopping in a mall or something. We only do the stuff on the right side. So we weren't allowed to cross the path onto Allen Lake. So we are on Allen Lake now because, well, it's on our right side. And very marshy, lots of pussy willows, cattails, whatever you want to call them. And this is the farthest we can go because it's just overgrown grasses over the lake.
Okay, well then I'm going to play with some dandelion fluff.
Yeah, that's the same dandelions that grow in your backyard and front yard, side yard.
Up against the foundation,
Yeah, through the sidewalk cracks.
on the walls if they're really adventurous. Not usually like that though. Oh. Maybe they aren't dandelions. They're thistles. These are not dandelions, they're thistles.
Oh, are they thistle?
I see some purple ones.
Oh, okay. Well, they act like dandelions.
They do.
And there's plenty of dandelion out here. I've seen tall like this, so.
Yeah, here's another one. It's purple, the flower.
Okay. So as we were walking back to the truck, that big group of people that were trying to climb the tower while Jen and I and two others were already going up the tower, they started to climb the tower. And the tower started to shake. Pretty good too. It wasn't just a little wobble. It was swaying well. I just counted how many people were in their party. 17. Out of that 17, I would consider probably about 4 to 5 of them just to be small kids to where they could have gone up as, you know, 2 adults. You know, two kids as 1 adult. So they tried to send up everybody all at once with 4 full-grown adults already on the tower. So basically, they were inconsiderate. They were fucking morons. They wanted to do what they wanted to do, and they didn't care about anybody else. It's things like that that truly piss me off. I wanted to go up there and enjoy the tower, have a look around, but because of all their weight and their movement on the tower was swaying the tower, I was starting to get scared.
Okay, so I've respect heights. I don't have the sensitivity to them that Mark does. I was getting a little nervous with the shaking and the wobbling of the tower with all those people up there. I need my brown pants. Did you get him?
Yeah, I think I got him. Oh, there's a black bear. We finally saw a black bear. So we were just rounding the corner to get into the road to the campsites that goes in towards the campsites. Round to the corner, black bear right in the road. Holy crap! We finally saw a black bear.
A little guy too. He was a young one. He was kind of small.
Yeah, he wasn't huge. I think when we were out in Pennsylvania, we had seen a live black bear out there, and that was big. This one was actually fairly small looking. He was collared, so they do track him.
He had 2 tags.
Yeah, tags in his ears, everything. So that's cool though. We saw a black bear. All right, we can go home now. Bye. So we just got back to camp after having that nice little bear encounter. God, I'm so excited about that. That makes up for the horrible tower experience that we had.
And the lack of wildlife on the wilderness loop last night.
Yeah, just the lack of wildlife during this whole entire trip. It's just been, the only deer I've seen was back in Wisconsin as I was going to pick Jen up. So she actually hasn't seen any deer on this entire trip. But we're sitting here, we're going to get a fire going for lunch, and you might be able to hear that's, you know, the leaves in the trees, that's rain. So it's starting to rain here. We're trying to figure out if it's, you know, really going to turn into something, or if it's just going to be something that passes us by. Looking at the radar, it just looks like little spots here and there. It doesn't look like any type of severe front going through.
The radar is 10 minutes old too.
So
The image. I don't know how often it updates and refreshes.
we'll see how it generates and how it turns out. The fire's going right now, so I can cook on it, but I mean, it's not ready yet, but the fire's lit and burning. So the rain's not heavy enough to put it out, is what I'm basically saying. But yeah, I think we're doing brats for lunch. All right, catch you later. Oh, that was a good lunch. Brats, potato salad, chips, cookies. Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm going to try to leave the fire just smoldering in the fire pit there, just so I don't have to relight it later. I can, but I've also got enough firewood I can just kind of leave it going the rest of the day. But now we're going to sit here and rest, digest for a little bit, and then we're going to start getting things packed up, get the dirty clothes, you know, out to where we can just put them in the truck, get a few other things loaded up into the truck, you know, figure out what needs to be in the truck and what needs to be in the camper. And I think that's our biggest thing right now. You know, are we going to leave the food in the refrigerator, or can we take it out, you know, and put it in the cooler with some ice, just enough to make the trip home, you know, things like that. So yeah, we're trying to figure all that out. Dinner tonight is just going to be leftovers. You know, we got one leftover brat sitting here. We have a full steak. We have some of that tongue that we used for the tongue tacos. We're gonna do up some corn on the cob with lunch today, or with dinner. So we had 4 ears of corn, and I forgot to put them away last night. So a couple of raccoons came along and pretty much ate the corn, you know, at least half of it anyway. So ended up throwing the rest of it out. It's been a good trip. I'm glad we came up here. This has been a lot of fun. And yeah, I kind of don't want to go home. Usually when I'm on long trips, I can't wait to get home and get back to normal life. But this time, I kind of wish we could stay another day or two. Okay, we're getting a bunch of stuff put away. As you can see, the little countertop that we have over there, the foldable workbench, whatever you want to call it, we call it the countertop. A lot of that is gone now. We've had pans, plates, bowls, silverware, utensils and stuff all around there. The electric cooktop was also on top of that. We don't need it anymore, so that's all put away. Pretty much, if we still need it, it's on this white table, which is actually the dining table from inside the camper, and dirty dishes. That is our new 7-gallon water jug that we picked up during this trip. This blue cooler is empty, so we can use that. I have a feeling Jen's going to use it for maybe like wet items or something like that, towels or whatever. I had the bathroom tent set underneath the camper right here. We never used it, so that has gone into the front storage along with this screen. This is actually an overhang that we could have put up, and then we have a screen that would enclose the that area, but we never used it, so now that's put away into that storage area as well. Jen had a green Kawasaki folding chair, so that's put up and actually put in the truck now. Jen is actually busy inside the trailer getting things put away, put into storage bins and stuff like that. She's very meticulous and anal about things, so I tend to stay out of her way when she's doing stuff like that, because otherwise she just yells at me and I'm doing things wrong. Ain't that right, dear?
What am I agreeing to?
I say you're just kind of putting stuff away and I'm staying out of your way because you're anal, and
I can pack it tighter than you can.
I would be more in your way than helpful, so I stay out of her way.
That's right.
See, I know my woman. I know when to stay away from her. All right. Well, like I said, I'm still keeping my fire smoldering just to use up some of the wood. Really, I got that other bundle of wood right there. Plus, I've got some more just tucked around the other side. So I've got a lot of firewood to burn through. But just every so often I'll throw another log on and just keeping it going. And then tonight when we're doing dinner, we're doing leftovers. So we got a leftover steak, we got a leftover brat, we got leftover tongue from tacos, and Jen said that she's called dibs on that. So, and everything I'm going to just heat up over the fire. Some stuff I can do on the cast iron skillet right here, like the tongue, I can just heat it up on the skillet. The brat, the steak, I can heat it up on the grill. So that's the plan right now. And if Jen needs me to do something, she'll yell at me and tell me what to do. How are you feeling about it? Are you feeling pretty good on what you've got done?
Yeah, we're making progress. Most of the kitchen stuff is packed up. I have the laundry organized. Just sort of, this is what I do at home too. I just kind of work from one end to the other.
So honey, how are we coming on our packing?
Oh, there you are. Hi! How are we coming on the packing? You want a percentage?
Yeah.
Close to 50?
50% packed?
Close to 50.
Okay.
Feels about like 50.
You're just kind of stuck in a situation where we can't really put much more in the truck right now.
Or in the camper.
Basically what happens is we need to finish our dinner tonight, and we need to take our showers and stuff tonight, and then after that we can finish stuff off and put them in the truck and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Put them in the truck, bury them in the camper.
A lot of the cooking stuff that we don't need has already been packed away.
And some of the stuff that we don't need, we used earlier today and is dirty, so we gotta do dishes.
So we gotta do dishes before we can put them away. A lot of the dirty clothes, like, like these clothes here, we're waiting, like I said, to take our shower for the night so we can put them with the rest of the dirty clothes so we can get those packed away. And sprinkles did start falling again. The forecast for today was a 40-something% chance of scattered thunderstorms. And we have heard thunder a couple of times. This is now the second time it's rained, but I mean, it's just real light, doesn't last very long, and just moves on.
Yeah.
This little guy would come in and take little pieces of bread or anything like that that would be on the ground. Potato peels, things like that. So he's been around our site pretty much this whole weekend.
It's now finally the weekend.
Well, week, yeah. Our whole trip, how about that? Okay, so we're playing a new game now. We've been playing cribbage the last couple of nights, so we're going to play something new. It's called Pass the Pigs. So that's it. Basically, it's like dice, but they're little piggies. There are the scores that you tally up.
Okay, so you got one guy upside down, he's a razorback, you got 5 points. First time.
Another 5 points.
Okay, so you're up to 10.
I'm going to stop. I'm taking my 10 points, damn it.
Okay, so there's
5 points.
10. I'm gonna go for one more. Push my luck. I pigged out. Should have stopped at 10.
Okay, 5.
We should have brought Farkle. That would have been more fun.
Same
6.
size, so that's
a
6.
cider.
So 11. And I'm going to stop. So I'm up to 21 points. Okay, so dinner is just leftovers. Jen's having some leftover tongue tacos. She grated up some more cheese, diced tomato. Here's the cheesy rice that we had. What, like the first or second night? There's the rest of our tortilla shells there. We do have one brat, a couple of buns. Those biscuits were leftover butter biscuits from like the first couple of nights. And then I've got leftover steak. Oh yeah. Of course, it's going to be a little more chewy and a little drier, but steak is steak. And for my final leftover potato salad. Mmm. Now I'm full. Come on, dryer gets half the dirt, right?
No.
That's what they always used to tell me when I was doing dishes at their house when we were dating, is that a good dryer gets half the dirt.
That was my dad trying to be funny. You just have to tell him, a good washer doesn't leave any. Okay, tonight is our last night,
and we are going to make pudgy pies. So we'll show you how to do that. But we need to get a good bed of coals going first. Alright, so Jen's making a pudgy pie. And basically all it is like a pie sandwich. We got these. These are pudgy pie irons. Some of them are round, some of them are square. Ours are square. Really good ones are cast iron. Don't get aluminum ones. They burn too easy. These are also brand new. We had to throw our old ones out. So we're still working on getting these well seasoned so the bread doesn't stick. Hopefully today it'll work.
I'm putting a thicker layer of butter on here than we did yesterday or earlier this week.
Okay. So she's buttered one side of the bread and placed it butter side down. So butter side down. And then the other side, again, butter side down. Okay, so now to make this a pie, we're actually going to use, this is just apple pie filling. You can get it in any can. You can also do strawberries, blueberries, peaches, whatever you want.
Whatever pie filling you can find.
Yep. If you want to make your own pie filling, you can do that too.
Now,
So she's just going to put a little bit in there.
I feel like I might have put too much.
Yeah, that could be too much, but it's still going to be yummy. Okay, now look at the ends here. See how they're different? This one's got kind of a slot, and this one has a hook tab. She's got to put that hook tab in there.
And actually, I think I want to do.
Oh, that's what she's going to do. So the hook tab goes in like that, and then it goes around, and it's going to pinch all that together. And then down at that end there's a little hook that can actually hook the sticks together. That way it doesn't come undone. Now we can put it in the fire. I want to place this iron right into the hot coals. Just like that. I'm going to keep it there for maybe 5 minutes. It kind of depends on your fire, how thick your cast iron is. You know, if it's already hot from another cook, all that are variables on how long it's going to take. I'm going to start with 5 minutes. After about 2.5, I'll flip it. Okay, after a couple of minutes of being in the fire, we're going to pull it out. Come over here. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to end up scorching the table a little bit, but look at that.
Ooh, the irons are working tonight.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so the secret is more butter on the bread.
All right, let's go and put that on a plate. Oh, look at that. Came out that way too.
Yummy.
Okay. So there you go, toasted bread with pie filling inside. Yum, yum. And, hold on. Night shot. Don't forget, that's very hot. If she was to take a bite right now, she would scorch her mouth. So, it's not a good idea to pick it up and just start eating it, okay? Let it rest for a little while. Okay, my pudgy pie has been in here for a couple of minutes. I've already flipped it. I'm hoping it won't stick, but we'll find out. Okay, it's been a few minutes. Let's take it over to the table and check it out. Okay, I'm going to take you off night shot so you can see the wonderful goodness. Oh, good. It's not sticking. Bingo. Look at that. Number 2.
Apparently I did leave him enough butter.
Apparently she did leave me enough butter, yep. Oh, good, it fell out the other side too. All right. That's my dessert for the night. Yeah. Okay, it's been sitting for a couple of minutes. Now, if you don't like the little burnt stuff, you could just break that off, but I like it. You know what makes this really good? A little cinnamon and sugar. Right there?
Rub it in.